Are you dealing with the breakup of somebody toxic, maybe somebody that you're still in love with, but you're just really realizing how difficult it is? Here's the breakup advice that you really need to hear. Hey there, I am Rebecca Zung. I'm a globally recognized negotiations expert, attorney, and the best-selling author of Slay the Bully, How to Negotiate with a Narcissist and Win. And I've seen many, many people break up. This is the work that I've been doing for 25 years, and I've learned a lot about what you should and shouldn't do and the things that you need to hear when you're going through this difficult situation. If you've ever found yourself begging for clarity, acknowledgement, closure, trying to understand why this person has become unrecognizable, this is the video for you. This is the truth that you need to hear. If you're new here, I invite you to subscribe and hit that bell because I provide new advice to help you with clarity and courage every single day. All right, so let's start with this. Your breakup isn't a failure. It's a wake-up call. One thing that I have said to people over and over and over again is, why do you want to be with somebody who doesn't want to be with you? That's not an empowered place to be. That's not a place that is healthy for you. But what happened probably was that your trauma did the picking, your trauma did the talking. I remember hearing a thing one time where a trauma expert asked somebody, one particular program, to vocalize or verbalize the 5 words that would describe your childhood. So what would that be? Chaos, withholding of love, whatever it would be, right? And then when you grow up and you get into the world, you look for that, because when you see that, when you smell that, when you feel that, it feels like home cooking. It feels like home. Even though you don't want that, you gravitate toward that relationship because somehow psychologically we think, if I can resolve whatever it was that needed to be resolved from my home life with this relationship, then I will be healed. That is never what happens, right? We just continue to have chaos, withholding, all of the things. So if your heart is hurting right now, if you're feeling confused, angry, resentful, frustrated, it's not fair, all of those things, should have, could have, why didn't I see, all of those things, just know that breakups are not failures. They're just simply data that is information for you, so that now you know and you can observe it in yourself going forward. It's the universe stepping in where your boundaries didn't have the power to. So if your relationship is ending, it doesn't mean I wasn't enough. That's a lie. It ended because something in the dynamic was draining your energy and your confidence and your identity, and your soul said, this is not right. And so your soul ends up helping you with breaking that spell. So I want to know in the comments, I want you to drop it in the comments right now, what's the biggest emotional toll that this has taken on you? I want you to write one word in the comments. Is it soul sucking? Is it anger, fear, resentment, exhaustion? What is it? The moment that you can start naming it, then you can start to claim it, and you can have it not have so much power over you anymore, right? Because once you can start to be honest with yourself, then you can be honest about the situation. The next thing I want you to know is that closure is not something that another person can give you. They gave you their closure. Their behavior is your closure. Their lack of taking responsibility or accountability is your closure. Their lack of being able to apologize, that's your closure. It's something you create. You have to realize the hard truth. Breakups don't come with that closure, that nice bow on the end of the package that you think it should. Unfortunately, narcissists won't give you closure. They're never going to acknowledge you, see your side, apologize from a deep place. All of that requires accountability, and their egos are just way too fragile to take accountability and have that kind of emotional depth, because if they had that in the first place, then you probably wouldn't be where you are. Let's just face it. They don't have the ability to understand the impact of their actions on other people, and people who thrive on chaos and control aren't going to give you what you want. Not unless there's something in it for them or there's some way that they can finesse back getting you into their clutches. So hear me. You're not waiting for closure because you're not going to get it. You're going to reclaim it, right? Closure comes from understanding that you deserve more, that they couldn't give it, and that this is not working for you. Their inability to reflect on themselves or take accountability has nothing to do with your worth as a human being. The healing begins the moment you stop replaying the fantasy and start reevaluating the facts. Now, if you're dealing with a narcissist, the most dangerous time in a relationship like that is right when you're breaking up with the person, because this is when they realize that they could be exposed, that their ego could be exposed, that who they are, who they truly are, could be exposed, and they're losing their supply source. So this is the time that they're going to pull out all the stops, either lay it on thick with the love bombing again or threaten you so that it seems like, oh my God, I should never leave. And this is the most difficult time for an empathic person, a person who's in the relationship with this type of a person, because this is when you could potentially relapse. Just know and expect that you're going to become public enemy number one, that this is going to be a war, but you can prepare for the war. Bruce Lee said, it's better to be a gardener in a war or a warrior in a garden than a gardener in the war. You want to be the warrior in the garden by being prepared and having the tools, because you don't want to have to give in to terrorist tactics. And that's what it is. Even if you're craving what's familiar, and you will, because a trauma bond is somewhat physiological as well, with the dopamine and the cortisol and all the things that goes on. Understand that once you get past it, it's like withdrawals from an addiction, right? There's like sweating and your body is unhappy with it, but in the end of the day, you're actually going to be much healthier for it. I want you to do something that I teach within my programs. This is a reality list. Okay, this is not a pros and cons list. It's a reality list. I want you to write down all the lies that they've told, the disrespect, the broken promises, the times they minimalized your feelings, the times they made you feel voiceless, invisible, marginalized you, all of those things, as many as you can remember. And then when your brain slips into this fantasy of maybe this time are the two most deadly words that come out of a narcissist's mouth. This time it's going to be because they keep you alive on hope. I want you to go back and anchor it in reality. That's how you're going to start breaking that trauma bond. And that's how you're going to start to break that spell and move forward. And just know that your self-worth is not in their hands. It's not something to be negotiated. It can trick you into thinking that, here I am, I'm not lovable, I'm not likable, there's something wrong with me. Your worth is not defined by them. Don't give them that power. You hand them that power. Don't give it to them. Your worth is not based on who chooses you or anything like that. Your worth is based on yourself. Your identity precedes your destiny, and you get to define who you are. And I mean, I've worked with thousands of people who've come out of these high conflict relationships, and they always say things like, maybe I'm asking for too much. I don't want to seem like I'm being unfair. I don't want to seem like I'm greedy, or maybe I'm the problem. That's the pattern I see every single time. It's not that you're asking for too much. It's that you're asking the wrong person. People who don't know how to love will always call your needs too much. People who thrive on control will always blame you for reacting to their chaos. People who fear intimacy will always avoid accountability. Your needs aren't the problem. Their limitations are. Breakups hurt so much because of partially neuroscience. And I talked about this just briefly a minute ago. When you bond with someone, your brain releases dopamine, oxytocin, endogenous opioids. These chemicals create attachment and safety. And when the relationship ends, especially abruptly and without clarity, your brain actually goes into withdrawal. You're not just missing the person, you're detoxing from chemicals. That's why you feel shaky, desperate, and why you question your sanity. This is biology, not weakness. And the fastest way to move through withdrawal is by controlling your inputs. Don't check their social media. Don't reread old messages. No replaying that highlight reel. Don't ever drink and dial, by the way. I've had clients who've done that. Bad idea. No contact means no contact. You wouldn't drink poison. You wouldn't go, well, just a sip, right? No emotional poison either. This isn't just a breakup. It's a recalibration. You are shedding an old identity that you've now outgrown. You are breaking out of patterns that passed or deeply ingrained into you since childhood. And this is going to be the best thing for you, because on the other side of this is the transformed version of you. You're not losing love. You're losing the version of yourself that settled for less. And that's a gift, because the next chapter of your life will require a stronger voice, higher standards, sharper instincts, a self-respect that isn't negotiable. The breakup isn't the end, it's the initiation. So if you're having trouble communicating with that person on the other side and you want some phrases for disarming the narcissist, go to disarmthenarc.com and get my free phrases so that you can interact with this person from a place of power and create the boundaries that you need to create so that you can start to detox from this person. And join my free private Facebook group, Narcissist Negotiators with Rebecca Zung, too. So just know you're not starting over. You're starting to be free. That pain that you feel right now, temporary. It's temporary. It really is. And you didn't break. You woke up. This is your wake-up call. You're not losing love. You're gaining a lesson, something that will help you for the rest of your life. And you didn't get abandoned. You've been released. You released yourself. And I promise you this, there will be a time in your life, maybe months from now, who knows, but you're going to say, thank God I did that. Thank God that I'm now where I am, because I wouldn't be the person I am now had that not happened. So you're not alone. You're not broken. You're not crazy. That's for sure. You're just rising. You are rising. And I always say that light waves and radio waves can't join hands and travel through the universe together, because one is way faster than the other. It's just vibrationally higher. And that's what's happening. Your vibration is rising and you are becoming the best version of you and aligning yourself with your authentic version of yourself. You know, one of my favorite holiday traditions is baking cookies with my daughter. We've done it every year since she was little. And now, even though we're miles apart, I can see those memories come to life again right here on my Aura frame. What if you could give a gift that brings your holidays to life all the time, every single day? And with an Aura frame, you can. I absolutely love how easy it is. You can preload the photos before you ship it as a gift, and then you can actually remotely continue to add to it. It includes photos and videos, all for free, and it comes packaged in a beautiful gift box, no price tag. Can't wrap togetherness, but you can frame it with Aura Frame. And for a limited time, you can visit auraframes.com and get $45 off Aura's best-selling cover matte frame, named #1 by Wirecutter, using the promo code Rebecca at checkout. That's auraframes.com. Promo code Rebecca. This exclusive Black Friday Cyber Monday deal is their best of the year, so order now before it ends, and make sure you mention the show when you go to checkout. Terms and conditions apply. The next video that I want you to watch is before you divorce a narcissist. Watch this, what no lawyer will tell you, all right, before it's too late. So make sure you watch that video next. If this helped you, make sure you like it and share it with somebody else who needs to see this. Just check and make sure that you've subscribed, and then you hit that little bell here on this channel. Just know that they can't cost you everything because you have you. Viktor Frankl said between a stimulus and a response is a space, and in that space is a choice. And you get a choice on how you get to respond to this situation. They don't define you. So I will see you in that next video.